Hello Hunters, Autobot Dawson here, ready to roll out a new video for you. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a brief look at my loadout for my Nightstalker subclass on Destiny. If you guys find this video helpful or useful, be sure to leave a like down below and comment and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Alright, now let's get on with the video. Today, what we're going to be going over is how I make my Hunter Nightstalker class work with what I call my infinite invisibility loadout. This is a very fun loadout, but it is very practical as well because it increases your survivability immensely, which can come in handy for your team so much in in-game activities like dungeons and raids because you're always able to stay alive by staying invisible and out of enemy sight, attacking from the shadows like a true Nightstalker hunter. So, of course, Nightstalker is the Void Hunter subclass, and we're going to go over our abilities, our aspects, and our fragments, as well as our stats, and potentially an additional exotic. So if you enjoy the video, I would super much appreciate it if you stay tuned for more by clicking that bell. So, to start, we use Gambler's Dodge, which is our class ability. It allows us to perform a tumble avoiding enemy attacks, but most importantly, dodging near enemies fully recharges your melee ability. So it doesn't matter what you spec into strength for your melee recharge, because Gambler's Dodge is going to automatically bring back your melee as long as you're dodging near an enemy. Okay, we've got triple jump for our movement ability. Obviously it's the best choice. We've got Snare Bomb for our void melee, throwing a smoke bomb which attaches to the surface and pings enemy radar, weakening targets. And we got Vortex Grenade, a grenade that creates a vortex that pulls targets inward and continually damages those trapped inside. Now, to get into how the invisibility loop works, so you've got Gambler's Dodge, which fully recharges your melee. And then for one of our aspects, we use Trapper's Ambush, which basically allows you to activate Quick Fall by holding circle to spend your melee charge, and instead of ignoring your normal melee, you dive to the ground, creating a large smoke cloud, which will not only weaken targets, but you and your allies, you and your teammates are made invisible. In addition to that, your smoke bomb, which is over here with the Snare Bomb melee ability, also makes nearby allies and you invisible when it attaches to nearby surfaces or targets. So Trapper's Ambush not only gives you the ability to do a awesome like smoke cloud kind of charge move from the air, slamming down and weakening targets, making you invisible, but it also allows you to convert your normal melee into a smoke bomb that allows you and your teammates to become invisible. And remember, Gambler's Dodge recharges that melee automatically every time you use your class ability near enemies. Now, here's where things get awesome. With Vanishing Step as our other void aspect, which I definitely recommend using, dodging makes you invisible. So when we use our Gambler's Dodge, we go invisible. And using our dodge with Vanishing Step and Gambler's Dodge gives us our invisible Snare Bomb and our Trapper's Ambush charge back, our melee charge, which also makes us invisible. So you see how the loop's happening here. You're able to dodge, go invisible. By dodging, you recharge your melee, which makes you invisible. Okay, now you may be thinking, okay, well, base cooldown of 38 seconds, that's not super fast for the class ability, and that's where this comes in. For our stat layout, we want to make sure, none of the rest is, these are all important and more personal style on your recovery, resilience, discipline, strength, intellect, all that. But mobility as a Nightstalker hunter is what we want to focus on for this particular build. If you are going for the infinite invisibility build, the namesake of the video, this is what you want. You want to make sure that you spec your armor by using your mods to get over 100 mobility. It's really easy to do. Just make sure that on each of your armor pieces, you're using the +10 mobility mod. And that will make sure that you get past 100, which not only increases your movement speed and jump height, but more importantly, allows your class ability to recharge faster. It actually decreases the base cooldown by 40%, moving it from 38 seconds to around 20-21 seconds for your recharge. Now, when you factor in that, what we're going to get to next, you're going to see how this works. For our so that's our abilities, aspects, and our stats. For our fragments, we use Echo of Persistence. Void buffs applied to you, including invisibility, have increased duration. So now what that allows us to do with Echo of Persistence is we're actually invisible long enough with our class ability or our melee that it gives time for the other to recharge, because remember, the class ability makes us invisible and recharges our melee automatically. You can spend that whole duration invisible, then use the melee to go invisible, and by the time that invisibility ends, usually your class ability's back. We have Echo of Obscurity for extra invisibility, making sure our finisher final blows actually grant invisibility. So whenever you click that right stick in and finish off a weak enemy, you're also going to go invisible. I'm telling you guys, this class has unbelievable survivability. The best survivability for the Hunter class, in my opinion. And finally, Echo of Expulsion. This one's just good for damage. Void ability, final blows cause targets to explode. It's great to have, but again, the point of this video is focusing on how to get that invisibility loop going. Okay, so that's the point of this video. Now, before we return to the screen, I do want to show you my exotic chest piece, the 6 Coyote, which makes this build even better. Now, I want to clarify, you don't need this for the build. It will work with the previous things I've mentioned. However, if you do have the 6 Coyote available to use, it does come with the exotic perk Double Dodge, gaining a second dodge charge. So now, you've got your max mobility, giving you 40% faster dodges. You've got your 6 Coyote exotic chest piece, granting you a second dodge charge. And then you have Gambler's Dodge, which now is not only coming back 40% faster, but you can store 2 dodges at a time, which means you are absolutely, if you're playing smart, always going to have your dodge charged. And due to always having your dodge up and available to use, that means as long as you use it near enemies, you always have your melee, which means you can always either throw an invisible smoke bomb or use the Trapper's Ambush quick fall. It's an incredible loop that almost guarantees your survival in in-game activities such as raids and dungeons, which is ultimately the best part of Destiny. That's why we all play, right? I mean, it certainly is why we play. In this class, if you want to go for even more invisibility, you can, of course, use Spectral Blades as your super, which allows you to cloak, during the super. But it is more of a PvP super, guys. For PvE, we want to use either of the Shadow Shots. So I'm using the new upgraded Mobius Quiver that came out in Void 3.0 because I love it. It does a lot of damage. Of course, suppressants and weakens. But you can use the classic Deadfall as well if you prefer more range on your super. Ultimately, this is up to personal preference. So you guys, to summarize one more time, we use the exotic 6 Coyote chest piece to make sure we have 2 dodges. We make sure that we have over 100 mobility, giving us tier 10, allowing our dodge to come back 40% faster. Guaranteeing that with 40% faster recharge and 2 dodge slots, that as long as we're playing smart, we always have our class ability available to use during dire situations. Our class ability, thanks to the aspect Vanishing Step, always makes us invisible as soon as we activate it. And in addition to that, by dodging near enemies, we activate Trapper's Ambush, which allows us to get our melee ability. Gambler's Dodge gives us our Trapper's Ambush melee ability back, which allows us to either use Quick Fall to create the large smoke bomb on impact, making us invisible, or simply throw our smoke bomb to make yourself invisible. And you can use that on your allies. And for an added bonus, Echo of Obscurity allows your finishers to grant you invisibility if you manage to run out of all your other stuff by making a poor decision in the middle of the heat of battle or something. So you guys, that is how the Nightstalker works. You cloak in and out of the shadows, you stay invisible, you stay alive, and you pick off the enemies one by one from the shadows like a true Void Hunter. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you'd like to see more Destiny content on the channel, well, there's more coming your way, you guys. because we are going to be posting some dungeons very soon. We're going to be going over my favorite weapons very soon, which of course we already know from our first Destiny video. The Last Word is my favorite exotic. We're also going to be posting a video come next weekend of the new reprised raid that's going to be coming out. We're going to be doing that as a clan, the Last Wolf Pack. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing on the video. This is Autobot Dawson, rolling out.